it feels really hard to figure out what the right career path is. And I've had so many clients even come from a place of being in a position that seems too hard to transition away from. Maybe you're in IT or you're in a helping field like nursing or teaching, and it can feel like you are locked into that category without many options to change fields. I want to challenge that for you and talk to you today about some of the ways that you can use those skills and transfer them to other positions, and even give you some resources for how to begin looking at other opportunities. My name is Kaylee. I'm a licensed counselor and certified career counselor at the Lookout Point. And I want to provide videos that offer the tips that I teach within my counseling sessions every single day, so that you hopefully can get the ball rolling and get these resources without having to talk to a counselor, though I always recommend somebody who's qualified in that field, because obviously that extra perspective can be really helpful. That's the end of my little plug. Anyway, so the number one thing that I want to talk to you about is this idea of transferable skills. So when we talk about transferable skills, what we're saying is that in your career, in your job, you are performing certain tasks, and as you perform those tasks, you have to be able to have sets of skills that allow you to perform that. Maybe you need problem solving skills, or you need peopling skills, or whatever it may be. But each position will hold certain skills that have a higher demand on them than others. And as you look at other career paths, it's going to feel like you can't say, well, I'm in IT, so I can go over here to teaching, but there may actually be some ways to do that. One of my favorite resources to use is called My Skills, My Future. And it's literally a website where you type in your current position, or even a dream position that you may have or want to have, and it will pull up related careers to that, even if they're not in the same field. And so it's a really great resource to just quickly look into what kind of other opportunities there may be out there for you with the current skill set you have. Another thing I want to make sure you understand is that it is okay to completely change careers. I know sometimes that may mean some extra training or school, and while that may be the case, I want you to think in terms of figuring out what that end destination is and making the clearest path there. A lot of times we think very short-sighted and we go, okay, I got to make the next decision. Where do I want to go to school? What do I want to study? What will I do with that degree? But when we know the end goal and we say, you know what, I'd really like to begin pursuing teaching, then we know, okay, what does it require to become a teacher? What level of teaching do I want to be in? And that allows us to more strategically plot out that course for the next part of our life. It also gives you opportunity to look into what kind of resources there might be for financial aid or networking that you can begin to develop even as an adult pursuing a big career change. One of the other resources that I want to recommend, and I don't have any affiliation with them, so I don't want to, no affiliation, but I use a website called SparkType, and it is a place that allows you to go through your experiences and your motivations within a job and speaks to the roles that are best fit for you, whether you are an advocate or a maker or a maven, and they speak a lot to that in terms of every position that you hold is going to have different elements of how you interact with your world and what motivates you within that role. And if you can find the one that aligns best with your role, and even the ones that align best where you're not doing the ones that drain you, then that is a really good way to look at your position. You may even find that the position you're in can become that with a few tweaks or changes. And maybe if that is the case, you may not want to change jobs completely, but instead just shift your role or responsibilities within that job. One final resource I want to talk to you about is the My Next Move website. MyNextMove.org is a place where you can explore your interests. It's a really quick 60-second, 60 question assessment tool, and it just speaks to, okay, what kinds of things are you interested in? Are you interested in analytical type things? Are you interested in social type careers? And it'll pull up a list of recommendations exclusively based on your interests. Now, I don't recommend this as an end all be all for deciding what your next career move is, but it is a good way to start to look into what kinds of areas may be interesting to you. When we talk about career development, we're exploring your interests, your work values, your personality, and your skill set. And so in this video, I've talked a little bit about the skill set with My Skills, My Future. The personality piece, I think, comes with that Spark type section, along with there's other good personality assessments like the Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram. And then there's also the interest piece that you can do a quick assessment through mynextmove.org. I'll leave all of the links to these places in the comments down below. And if you have any questions, or if you feel like you need that extra support in making sense of all of these results, please reach out to a qualified career person. It does not have to be me, but find someone who knows how to give you that feedback for that exploration. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And until next time, take care.